Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. So it's Friday, the 19th April, I think. Yes. I'm going to be doing a bit of a project. Don't worry about this one. I'll tell you who she is in a minute. What I'm going to be doing is I've got from Indigo Blue one of their new concertina journals. Now this is 4 pages of cotton rag watercolour cardstock. There you go. 6 inches by 6 inches. And then there's 5. There is 5 there, isn't there? Yes. There's 5 pages on each concertina, and you get 4 signatures in the pack. So what I thought I would do today is I'm going to first of all create a journal cover for these, and then I'm going to stitch them in to create a watercolour journal. But I'm only going to stitch them in on that first fold so that I can pull out the other concertinas like that. So just before I switch over to the overhead camera and show you what I'm going to be doing, I'll introduce Karen. Say hello, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Karen's one of our steampunk friends who's come across to visit for the day. And we've been sitting outside, haven't we, all day,
Yeah.
eating, not drinking alcohol, unless you've been drinking while I've not been there.
No, I've been good.
Drinking, fizzy pop, cups of tea, cups of coffee, that kind of thing. But it's got to that point of the day where Ian's had to take Mr. Bentley out for his WALK. So while Ian's gone out to take Mr. Bentley, I thought I'd drag Karen upstairs to sit with me while I do this little project. How long it's going to take, I've got no idea. Because what I'm going to do, well, I'll tell you what, let me just turn over to the overhead camera and then I'll join you in a sec. So, this is the Indigo Blue Ragtime, like I've just said. It's fair trade, 100% cotton, long fibre cotton rag, acid-free, medium rough surface, deckle-edged. Look at those edges. And you can see the texture on the paper. It's absolutely beautiful stuff. And like I said, you get the 4 full pieces in the pack. But to be able to bind this into a journal, to create a watercolour journal, I've got some grunge board and I've already cut it a little bit longer that way. Not necessarily that way, because I actually want to see those beautiful deckled edges on the edge of the journal. Look at that. That's the kind of texture you want to see on the bottom and the top of your journal. So that's why I've cut it wider that way, but not quite as wide on the top. And I've given myself on the spine loads of room. Now look at how much room we've got in there. That's because if I decide to add collage items or add some texture or structure paste to it, there's plenty of space for me to be able to do that and not cause it problems to be able to close it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch in just 2 of them. I'm going to stitch in the centre 2, just chucking those to one side. The outer 2 I'm going to glue to the inside covers, so that's going to be on the inside, on the back, and that one will be on the inside, on that way. Inside on I just make this up as I'm going along, Karen, you know that, don't you?
I do.
She does now. And I'm going to stick that one onto the inside there so it opens up like so. So I'm only needing to actually stitch in to this journal the remaining 2 pieces. And I'm only going to stitch those in on that first bit there.
Right.
So this is the insert you get with the packet.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So what I've done, and it's the same size as the paper. So what I've done is I've folded it over so, to create
your measurement, yeah.
Yeah, and all I've done is I've just measured it. I've measured 4 in at 3 centimetres individual. Not individual.
Spacing.
What's the word? Intervals.
Intervals. Individual intervals.
Yeah. So 3 centimetres, 6 centimetres, 9 centimetres or 12 centimetres. If 3 centimetres apart, you see. So if you're obviously in the US and you're still using Imperial, tough.
Convert.
No, honestly, it doesn't matter. You can literally, if you want to, just do it that way, literally.
Literally.
Yeah, I know, I say it all the time, it's terrible. You could just do it at inch and do 3.
Right, okay.
It's big enough or small enough that you could actually probably get away with just 2 stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really need a huge amount. 4 is probably overkill.
Yeah.
So, you know, but what the heck?
Go for it.
But what the heck? Anyway, let's put the watercolour rag to one side, and I'm going to bring it. Sorry, I keep hitting you in the boobs, don't I? She knows she's safe. Anyway, right, so I've got from my collezione of papers this beautiful marbled paper, which I purchased from, I think it was a company down in London called Shepherd's.
Right, okay.
And they specialise in bookbinding stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either used for the inside of the covers or
Right.
used for the outside sometimes. And I'm going to use this for the outside. So but what I'm going to do is I've got my little T-square set square thingy here, and I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to just roughly, I'm not being really exact with this at all. There's a scalpel there, look. Just mind yourself.
Hands out the way.
Just keep your hands in. There you go. And I've done that pretty much there. It's not going to be an exact science on this. And I'm just going to pull that down and do the same on the top. Now let me just move that in a little. Did that move?
No.
Yeah, that's what the hell.
Wait, slid a bit.
Meh. Whatever. So, and then I'm just going to just bring that across there and then just do that. Almost sort of by eye. And that's it. I did say it wasn't going to be exact. So I've now got the back. And there are 2 ways that I could do this. I could glue it and stick it on. But that's not me. Can you see that massive great big roll there, Karen? Could you, no, that one there. Could you just lift that up for me? I know, it's very heavy, isn't it?
It is heavy.
That's probably the biggest roll of double-sided sticky tape you've ever seen.
Yes, most definitely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that out of the way. This is tape that sign writers use.
Ah, right, okay.
And it's, you know, if you pardon my French, it's bloody expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it's extremely sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop that there. Oh, now look, you see, it's just grabbed. It's one of those days today.
Yeah. Surprise, though.
Yeah, I know. See, I've made a cock up now.
Yeah. Ow. It'll be fine.
It won't. That's it. It's ruined.
Yeah,
The entire project's ruined now. Totally and utterly ruined.
So when you do that,
Yeah.
so if you've got a little thing there, like you've got a little bubble, could you not just use the scalpel just to nick it?
No, because if I did that and pushed it down,
But only slightly, just to let the air out and... No? Excuse me.
let's just see how wide's that. Karen, look.
Just... Oh. Uh-oh, that's because you tore it off.
I know. It's because I'm an idiot.
Because it's Friday.
I'm a total buffoon, aren't I?
Well...
Right, so let's go with the pink.
Plan B.
I've not been drinking, honest. honest gov, let's just put that on the floor for a second. Right, let's do this. Let's pretend we can be a bit professional. He says.
Let's edit, quick.
It will be on that. Right. Let's just jimmy that up to the edge. Right, I'm off the camera a little bit, but that's fine. Just need to see if we can get that a little bit straighter. Actually, that's probably a straight edge up there.
Yeah, it should be.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we might be able to just get away with. Right, if I cut that there. Ooh, see, elbow in the boobs. Right, I'm going to try and just even that out a little bit. Probably about there, do you reckon?
Yeah.
About there?
Yeah.
Yeah. About there I said, didn't I?
Yeah.
Do you want that?
Thanks. Bracelet.
That's a memento.
Matchy.
Yes, you're wearing similar colours, aren't you? Right. That was the piece, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure this time. Don't do that. There we go. Right. My scalpel's a little gummy. We're getting there. Okay, we're done with that now. Thank you very much. Okay, so I need another ruler. Another rule. We live with no rules. So what I'll do is I will just tweak that. Try not to get that on your clothes because you'll go home with it still stuck. And I'll just tweak that edge there. It's absolutely fantastic adhesive, this, but it's a nightmare to work with
Yeah.
because it's so sticky.
Sticky back plastic.
Yeah, it's
Nightmare.
just, oh. I loves it, but I hates it at the same time. About there. Get off, you wee beastie, thank you. And then just trim off the excess. Obviously, PVA would probably be a lot easier for most people. And you don't really have that long to wait for it to dry either. Okay, so we've got that beautiful, I think that would be nice for the cover.
Yes, the front part, yeah.
Yeah. So now I can stick that down onto there. And that gives me loads of space to be able to pull that over the
Yeah.
edge. So now,
It's like being at school.
I know. I'm able to try and find the edge of the back in. Just wet my finger and pull. There we go. Thank you much. And then I'm going to, before I stick it down, that's it. So pretty much get that about right, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Ta-da-da-da. I've still got some of that nice green.
Yes.
We seem to be quite tight in today. Let's just see if we can go a little bit wider. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just kind of by eye just miter those corners off now. Present.
Thank you.
And then do the same at this side. And I've left a couple of millimetres.
Right, okay.
You'll see why. Stuck to my finger. And again.
For the depth, isn't it?
Might have actually left a bit too much on that side, but yeah, never mind.
It's Friday.
It is Friday, right? Now then, somewhere amongst that lot, do you know what a bone folder is, Karen?
No?
No. Right, it's like a long white piece of plastic that's like chunkier at one end and flat on the other. Right, if there's not one in there,
there isn't.
have a look in that tub just underneath that hole punch there, see if there's one in there for me. That's a bone folder.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Traditionally made out of bone.
Yes, hence
And
name.
this is designed for what they call committing your creases.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah.
So when you fold something,
A
you
bit
want
like
to
scoring it with scissors.
yeah,
Yeah.
but this is when you folded something over and you want to make sure that crease stays.
Ah, right, okay, yeah.
So it looks like a plastic knife, but traditionally made out of bone. This is made out of plastic. Recollections, which means it's Michael's. Literally, it's mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull that over and stick it down. Now, that little bit that I'd left,
Right.
I'm going to just use the bone folder edge and just run
Ah, right, okay.
and do the same thing. It's not quite as big at that side because I actually went a bit off. A wee tad, but that's okay. And I'm going to do this side. So up and over, smooth down, and then just run the bone folder in. Okay, now
Yeah.
when you then fold over your other sides, that's now going to be tucked
Right.
away.
Yes.
Can you see?
Oh, yes.
Nice and neat, tidy corners.
Lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. You're making all the right noises, that's good.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
it looks very good.
And then turn that one round. This one's going to be a wee bit tight, but that's fine.
Fabulous.
Now, it doesn't matter that they're not neat corners
Okay.
because
you're sticking that over the top.
because I'm going to be gluing this over the top
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to become
Yes. That green looks very nice. On the
so.
toast.
What I'll just do is I'll just run the bone folder in those creases. Just pull it up either side. So that it's just pushed down into it and commit those creases.
Doing a bit of it.
My friend Susie will be howling right now because she thinks it's one of the most hilarious phrases there is.
Beautiful.
How's that?
That's brilliant.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
So what you could do is then just go back on yourself
Just, yeah, okay.
and then just gently, because you've got adhesive on that back, you don't really want to be
Cutting through it. do you?
splitting
Yeah.
it, and then you can just push in just to make sure that your creases, and you see if it lays flat like that and doesn't splay out too much,
Yeah.
you're pretty much okay, you're good to go. But I do like that little splash of green.
I do.
Just in that corner. I think it's lovely. It's nice, that, isn't it?
Lovely.
Okay, so what we need to do now is grab a pencil, and then we're going to just, that should be 2 inches. So it should be about 5 centimetres spine wise. Yes. So what I need to do, so that'll be 2.5 centimetres, which will be the middle. But what I want to do is I want to kind of create my 2 lines of holes, if you like, that I'm going to stitch in.
Right.
Kind of equidistant. So, I know, that's posh, isn't it?
I know.
So maybe do it at like 3 and do it at 1. Yeah?
Yeah.
So if I just go up to the top and go, what did I say?
3 and 1.
Well, that don't make sense.
1 and 3.
That don't make sense, does it? 1 and 3. No, it is about right, isn't it? Because that's then, no, 1.5 centimetres in, 1.5 centimetres in, and 1.5 centimetres pretty much in between them.
Yes, that's right.
That is right.
2.5.
So it wants to be in 1.5 then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then
1.5.
4.
3.
No.
You did 5, then 2.5.
I know. And that's not what I want. See, I told you I make this up as I go along. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to follow those lines.
Sounds like a plan. See, plan B.
Yeah, plan B. So what I've got here now, is I've already measured those marks. Oh, this is obviously a little bit taller, so I'm evening it up.
Right.
And I'm going to put 1 cross there, 1 cross there, 1 cross there, and 1 cross there. And I'll just move that over and do the same thing again. And there'll be about 1,000 people out there going, no! This is how I do it. I'm making this up as I go along. It's a
Friday feeling.
It's a Friday feeling. It's also an unknown size. So I'm kind of using, what's the word? I'm using my gut instinct as to what's going to work best for this journal.
Right, okay.
And I'm just, like I said, making it up as I go along. Because I've never done a 6-inch journal before.
Ah.
I've only ever done 5x7s or 5x8s.
Right, okay, so, yeah.
Yeah. So, and look. And this black foamy thing.
So you don't damage what's underneath.
It's called a pricking mat.
I'm the same to you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then I'm just going to push.
Push the, yeah.
Yeah, just push them back.
Neaten it up.
Yeah, just push them in. That'll do. Because most of those are going to get hidden by string in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
So I've got those. So I also now need to do so get my little template that we used from the front. That's kind of even, do you reckon?
Yep.
And I'm just going to go like that, and then like that.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then grab the next one. So I'm not going to stab you with a pokey tool, don't worry. She's flinching every time I move close to her. So Karen's from Haworth.
I am from Howard.
What's Haworth famous for, Karen? Because even the Americans would know about Haworth.
They should do.
Because
yes.
isn't there a famous person or family that lived there?
There is, or did, yes.
And who were they?
They were the Brontes.
Well, there you go. So, Haworth, where Karen's from, is where the Brontes come from. Emily, Charlotte, and the other one that nobody can remember, Emily.
You said Emily.
Did I already say Emily?
Emily, Charlotte.
And the third one.
Emily, Charlotte. Hello.
Hello, Bentley Boos.
Hello,
Hello, Mr. Bentley Bubbles.
It must be Mr. Bentley.
Yes. With a name like that, I would have thought so. Hello.
Everybody will be shouting, it's...
Yeah. Not Mr. Bentley. No, he didn't come from Howard.
I'm going to clue.
I've got you now, haven't I?
Emily, Charlotte,
And
Emily.
and the other one.
The other one. Are you looking it up there?
Me? No. I'm getting my twine ready.
That was the name, Twine.
Tell you what. Let's Google quickly.
Let's go.
Because otherwise I'm going to get emails galore on this one. Okay, Bronte sisters' names. Bronte sister. I know, I can hear you all across the world shouting it at me through the screen, but I've suddenly gone deaf. Anne.
Anne.
Oh, there was, Is there more than one? Charlotte, Emily, Anne, Elizabeth and Maria.
No, those two.
According to our Google friends.
Google lies.
Ooh.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news on a Friday.
Emily, Anne, Elizabeth. There's no photograph of Elizabeth. Oh, no picture. And Maria. Charlotte, Emily, Anne, Elizabeth and
Well,
Maria.
those were the three literary ones.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was any more. I know there's a son. Patrick.
Wasn't that the father?
Could have been the father. What was the son
And-
called?
I don't know.
The brother. It was a bit of
It
a...
wasn't Heathcliff.
Could be Kathy.
We've just embarrassed ourselves, Ian.
Well, what have you done?
We couldn't remember the name of all three Bronte sisters.
Emily, Jane. No, Emily.
That's Jane Austen.
Emily,
Jane.
Charlotte. Emily, Charlotte, and Blodwyn. The Welsh one.
The Welsh one. Love it. Love it. Apparently there were 5 of them.
Was there?
Well, yeah.
2 of them, I think.
Didn't really do much.
Didn't do a lot.
Married into money and ran away.
Yeah.
Got themselves the hell out of Haworth.
I've been trying to do that for years.
Right. I've got some twine. It's just bog standard parcel twine. I like to use a thicker twine when I'm doing the signatures. As you've just seen,
Wax.
beeswax.
I use that.
Smell.
Oh, nice.
Zzz, it's lovely. Okay, so I've just got one long length, which I'm now going to cut in half. In half.
Kisses.
And then somewhere, there we go, we've got some needles. Bentley, Bubbles, what are you doing?
Thing is, if I can quite
You-
appreciate himself.
No. Bentley, leave Auntie Karen's arm alone.
Such a pretty arm, though.
He's a bit excited from coming back from his walk.
What, me or the dog?
Dog.
I dread to think, honestly. What kind of bordello are we going on here?
Don't go there.
No, let's not. Right, so, holes have disappeared. What happened? What have you done with them?
But there.
What, oh, the other side. There they are.
You can borrow my glasses.
Ah, I've got some on. Now then, all I'm going to do is, because I'm actually going to be stitching directly through the spine, we're going to have visible stitching on the back.
Oh, right, okay.
Alright, is I'm literally going to go through, round, back up, through, round, back up, and then I'm going to tie off the middle.
Right. Okay.
Yeah? So just a real simple stitch. And because we're using the big grey grunge board,
It's thick, isn't it?
it is, it's very, very thick.
You need a thimble.
I just need to wiggle it.
Wiggle, wiggle. Can't be a wiggle on a Friday afternoon.
Wiggle it just a little bit. Right, there you go, look, I'm through. And then I'm going to go back through. I should have actually widened the holes a little bit.
Just slightly.
Just a tad. And then we're going to go back through. Push. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. So it's basically like a running stitch.
Yeah?
Which, you know, there's loads and loads and loads of different types of stitch that you can use for
these-
journal making.
Yeah,
But I
these
mean,
are nice ones. So.
easy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, after all, not wishing to be sexist or anything, I'm a bloke and I don't do complicated. But there are also people out there with dexterity problems.
Yes, and this is an easiest. Yes.
Exactly. So it's not just the fact that I'm a fella. it's also the fact that I like to show people an easy way to achieve a
Yeah.
result
'Cause
without having to go through months and months and months of learning.
Yeah.
Now, see me pull, but I'm pulling to the outside.
Yes, so you're making it tight in the middle now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's tight without putting stress on the paper.
Yeah.
And then all I'm going to do is just loop that under. There. And then loop that one under. I probably didn't need all that string, to be honest, but I always like to give myself a little bit of extra playroom. And then I'm just going to tie that in a knot. Across. And then just do a final one. And then grab the skizzers. You see, you could, if you want to, if you're bothered about aesthetics, you could have the nut on the outside.
Yeah.
Me?
It looks nicer on the inside, I think. Do you ever finish that off? The end of the string? You know, maybe so it won't fray or...
It shouldn't fray.
Right,
You
okay.
mean burn it?
Yes, burn it.
It's not
just-
nylon.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, no,
So-
it's proper string, so
Yeah,
it's not going to
yeah,
do anything, is
Yeah,
it?
if it was a nylon thread, I probably would burn the end off,
Right, okay.
but it ain't. So, normally I wouldn't normally stitch right the way through the spine.
Ah, right, okay.
I normally hide with buckram book cloth. I would stitch into cloth and then
Right.
stick the cloth into onto the spine,
Right, okay.
and then cover the edges.
Right, okay.
I do have an example that I can show you. Do you want me to show you?
Later.
Yeah, I was going to say you're not that interested, are you?
I am. I'm fascinated with what you're doing.
She says.
He gave me £5, everybody.
Cheapo.
You see, you could always, if you do have fine motor skills, you could actually use a pair of pliers
Yes.
to pull that through.
And do you have any other suggestions?
Sorry.
What? No, I'm not being sarcastic. Because, you know, lots of people come up with different ways and can think of different ways of doing things because people are different.
Yeah, sometimes I think
I won't be sarcastic.
you can get little pen things,
Yeah.
like a triangle that goes over the end of a pencil, that you could maybe have something on the inside of the needle that would bulk it out a little bit. So people that can't just, maybe if you've had a stroke or you've...
Is this a sewing thing that people can get for...
I've never seen one, I'm just, like, from me, from my point of view,
Yeah.
that you could put something on that you would be, it would mean that your fingers didn't have to close fully, because, you know, if you have issue with your guiders or you can't, you don't have that dexterity anymore, being able to close your hands tightly, I mean, you're it's easy enough for you, and you're just wiggling it and what have you, but if you've got something and you've got the centre of the needle is maybe an inch fatter, then that might help. And a bit like when you're pulling the string.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody has an issue pulling the string, then it could be that you could have something on it that you can, or just use the pliers, possibly wind it round the plier and pull the plier.
Hey, see, look, all good ideas. All extremely good ideas.
I think we take our hands for granted.
We do, and as I've got older and my arthritis in my hands has got worse.
Yeah.
You know, I've become realising that I need to find other coping strategies when I can't pull or grip quite as hard as I used to be able to. There we go. So we've stitched it in now. Those two signatures. And can you see why? This is one of the reasons why I left the bulk.
Yes, so you can put things in. I mean, it might be that the journal that you're doing is something about dried flowers, wild flowers, and if you can dry them and then stick them in,
Yeah.
you've got the bulk, haven't you? There.
Yeah. So you could use die cuts or texture paste,
Yes.
like say collage items and stuff
Yeah.
in there. No problem. You've got that extra room now.
Yeah.
Would you do me a love and just pass me that bottle of glue there with the green top on? Thank you. Okay, so this is the Tombow Multi. It says professional on it, but it can't be for me. So it's PVA, pretty much.
Right, okay.
It's just standard, get off string, standard PVA glue. So all I'm going to do, that's the first signature, or the first page, leaf, if you like, the first folio bit.
Does it dry clear?
This?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Right. I know you can get clear PVA, can't you?
Yeah, you can. That bottle next to it, the blue top.
Oh right, yes, that's clear.
Yeah. So, to make sure we get this the right way around, because we want it to open that way.
Yeah.
So, I've put the PVA on that side. I know I'm going to be losing one.
Page.
Yeah, but there's 4.
So you've still
With
got
5.
18. Yeah, you've still got 18.
Well, you
Yeah,
could also use the,
18.
well, it probably, depending on what you're putting on the pages, it could go through, but you
Yeah.
could theoretically use both sides.
Yeah. How about this kind of paper? Is it? It wouldn't be like blotting paper, you know, if you wrote with ink, proper ink, use proper ink, would it bleed?
Yes, it probably would whip.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because this, with it being 100% cotton, it's pretty much the same as your top.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and it's very uneven. It's handmade.
Except my top isn't uneven, and it's very soft.
It is right. Okay. It's handmade in India.
Right. Okay. It's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah. And it's gorgeous
The
stuff.
quality is really good.
Did I say what the weight was? I said 210 GSM, didn't I?
Yes.
Which is about, approximately, I can't get an exact weight comparison for the American
Right.
weight,
Okay.
but it's around about £100,
Right. Okay.
approximately. 100 might be 102, might be 105.
Right.
Now then, shall we have it so we go that way, or shall we have it so it opens out that way? I think that way.
That way, yes,
Yeah.
because then you can actually display the whole thing
Yes.
together if you want to. can't you?
Exactly, and it's going to be easy to work on
Yes.
if we pull it out that way. And I'm just going to push that down, give it a second or two to grab. And of course, the other beauty of doing the signatures in this way, see how they lay flat?
Yeah.
So you can go, et voila.
Yeah. And then move it across.
And then with that one, and then the one on the front, same again.
Brilliant.
So, the glue should be dry, pretty much, because it'll soak straight in. Look at that.
Beautiful.
There you go. I've now got a real thick, beautiful, 100% cotton rag watercolour journal that I can paint, draw, ink, watercolour to my heart's content.
That's, you see, if you're an artist and you like going out and drawing and things, that is ideal because it will go in. If you've got a, don't want to be sexist, but a handbag or a rucksack or something like that, it'll go
Handbag,
in.
man bag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
You could put something on there if you wanted to.
Depends on how it gives it character, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And-
And stitching was so easy and
Yeah.
so simple.
Yeah.
But look at that. Now, just for those of you that are interested, the ragtime paper, I do have a stock of these on my website.
Okay.
Okay. Very limited stock. And I have sold one this morning. Somebody saw it and bought it straight away.
Right. So yeah.
Obviously saw the quality in the paper. There are some nice close-up photos on the website.
Yeah.
I have only got a limited stock. I can get more.
Right.
So don't, if it goes out of stock, don't worry. I will be getting some more.
Yeah.
But
or email.
Well, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I tend to put new stuff on all the time, but
Yes.
people can like email me, drop me a note if they want to. But it won't be long.
Yes.
When I went to see Indigo Blue yesterday, I said, you know, are you getting more? And they're already on order.
Right.
So literally,
Brilliant.
they're either making it in the factory in India now.
Yeah.
So lots of people sat cross-legged on the floor.
Slushing and squishing.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's en route. So there you go.
Yeah.
See, even just do you want to stroke it, Karen?
My nails don't look very good. I should
just-
stroke it like that. Do it a backward stroke. It's really soft, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's lovely.
But then
It's
it's
nice stuff.
fabric.
So there you go. One watercolour journal, handmade, start to finish,
Brilliant.
in next to no time at all. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now, and Karen,
Bye.
I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye! I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.